day 4. Welcome back to KPT Movement series. This is the hip mobility day. Halfway through the series, why not do hip mobility? This is my favorite thing to do, so hopefully you can keep up, which I know that you will. And let's begin. Literally, I always, as everyone knows, I always start in butterfly stretch. This is a great way to assess the hips, a nice little butterfly bounce as I like to call it, and we just see which one is a bit more accepting of this position, should I say. And then from here we literally just push down and push our hips down, our knees down with our elbows as much as we can. If it's too hard for you to do that, feel free to go one hand here and then the other hand here. So pushing down for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So just put your feet just a little bit forward and just hug those feet now. Leaning in. Nice deep breaths. And when we go to sit up straight, we're going to bring our feet in with us. So sit up straight now, and our feet come in, nice straight back as we do that. And again, nice breathing. Good. So to make sure that we fit as much things in as possible, we're going to go straight into world's greatest stretch, which is my favorite. So here we're going to have our legs, so our legs are going to be hips over knees, but we're just going to have our knees a bit further apart now. So before they were hip width, but now they're just a bit beyond hip width. And we're going to come down here into this child's pose stretch. I'm now working into the hip groove now. So from here we're going to come up. As we come up, we're going to put our left leg by our left hand, and we're just going to lean into that stretch now. And then we're going to take a deep breath, and the hand that's in the middle is going to come up towards the ceiling here. Nice deep breaths, and as we come down we're going to go through. So let me turn this way. So we're here, so we've just gone up here like this, and now this hand's going to go through this side, and we're just going to get a deeper stretch now. And then we're going to have our hand here on the knee, and we're just going to push that side open a bit here like so. So if I go back to the position, so we should all be in this position here. And when we come back now into child's pose, good. And then we're just going to repeat with the other side. So now our right leg goes forward, middle hand comes up, and we turn, looking at our thumbs. Nice deep breaths, and we're going to come through this way now. So we're just going to lean into that stretch, and as we come up, push this leg open. We just turn and push this leg open here like this. Good. And come back down. Walk your hands forward so really get that stretch. Good. And we're going to go once more on each side. So if you want to get a little bit more of a stretch by bringing your elbows to the floor, you can do so. If not, you can stay here. Deep breath up now here. So looking at the thumb, come through to the other side. Good. And then add that little outward stretch here, just like we did in our butterfly stretch. And come back down into child's pose and just relax here now. Sink into that a little more. And up, right leg forward, hand up, follow the thumb. Good, come back down, through to the other side. So we're targeting our spine here as well. Always breathing. And finally, just edge the knee outwards now. And back into our child's pose. So we could potentially sink into that position a lot easier than we did at the beginning. So now we're going to do another hip flexor stretch. We did target the hip flexors in the previous stretch, but now we're going to target the hip flexors in a slightly different way. So what we're going to do is we're going to be kneeled in this position here. Feel free to pad your knees. And we're going to go into a half lunge position, okay? Actually, switch legs. Half lunge position here, like so. So usually what we do is when we go to stretch the hip flexor, we lean forward and we put a curve in the back, which is actually not doing much for us here. However, if we tilt the pelvis forward or under, so it's going to be looking more like this, we're going to immediately, so before we even move this way or this way, we're going to tilt the pelvis up and we're going to immediately get this anterior stretch of the thigh. If we lean forward now, keeping that tilt, we're going to highly increase it, and we don't even need to move much more forward than this, to be honest. But you can obviously go at your own pace. So from here, tilt forward and lean slightly forward. Oh, there we go. And just hold that there. And just relax. And again, forward, tilt in, and lean forward ever so slightly. And relax. We've been including a bit of active mobility here in the quads, so in the glutes, sorry. In order to do this position, we need to activate the glutes to do so. So active mobility, all revolving around the hips. So you can also tilt the pelvis forward and then lean over to the side. And relax. Tilt forward and lean to the side. Last one, forward and lean. Good job. And to the other side. Right. Other side now. Same thing, we're going to tilt the pelvis forward, inwards, and we're going to lean forwards here. Good. And relax. And again, tilt, breathing, and lean forward. And relax. Again, tilt and lean forward. Breathing and relax. And finally, we're going to obviously lean to the side now. So tilt and lean. This side is tighter now for me. And relax. And again, lean. And finally, last one, and lean. Now we're going to start prepping for our 90-90 variations. So we're actually going to have our legs bent here like this, and we're literally going to dip each leg in at a time. The rest of our bodies are staying isolated, and we're just working on we're just working into this groove, this hip groove. It's not natural for the hip, or it's not natural for us to work in this hip groove, but it's important that we do. A couple more of these now, and then in a minute we're going to start actually dropping the knees to the floor, like so. So now we're going to drop both knees to the floor. Come back, drop, drop, drop. So we're working on both internal and external rotation of the hip. And we're just waking it up, getting ready for what's to come. A couple more. Good. And we'll finish sitting here like this. So from here, we're now going to increasingly work into those grooves. So back straight, we're going to make sure that our chest falls to our knees, then our chest to our shins, and then lastly, but more difficultly, our chest to the ankle. So we're going to go down here like this, chest leading and up. So we don't want to just go like this because it's not actually doing anything. If we keep our back straight, we're hinging at the hip joint, okay? So we're gonna, again, forward towards our knee and back up. As we go up, push this knee or this leg into the floor. It helps you and increases and works on our active mobility. So this leg into the floor to help push us up, adding to the hip hinge, okay? So now we're going to turn our body slightly, and we're going to go down into the shin part of our leg, so down and up, and again as we twist, so now we're working here, and we're going to go down towards our foot and back up, okay? So we're going to just do 3 on this side, then we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to do 3 on the other side. So down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up. You can have your hands out to the side, or if you really need help, have your hand on the floor here to support you. So I'm going to turn now to the side, so it looks like so. And we're going to work down, here we go, down, 2, 3, up, middle, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, up. Again, down, 2, 3, up, middle, 2, 3, up, foot, 2, 3, up. Good. So now we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to do 4 on this side because we did a few extra on that one. Come back, hands either to the side or supporting you here if you want, and it looks down, 2, 3, up, middle, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3, up. Again, knee, down, 3, up, middle, down, 3, up, up. Keep going. 1, 2, 3. Up. Middle. 2, 3. Up. Down. 2, 3. Up. 1 round for luck. Down. 2, 3. Middle. 2, 3. Finally down. 3. Good. Just shake your legs out. Ooh. So we've just awoken the hips. So now we're going to go into this 90-90 position again. here. And now we're going to do like half openers. So we want to eventually get to here and do this. But firstly, we're prepping for that. So we're going to still work into different sections of our hip joint. And we're going to open up here and come down. Open and down. So we're going to half open by keeping this leg here. Gonna work on that. This is like what we did earlier, but in reverse. Good. So from here, just flip round, go to the other side, and now we work on this side. We can have your arms out to the side. So I'm having trouble keeping this knee down. There we go. That's better. Good. 3 more. 2 more. Good job. One block. Good. And relax. So now we're going to go into our flow. So we're going to again be in our 90 position here. And we're just going to go 10 times backwards and forwards. So we're going to rotate from one side to the other. And this is going to be round like this and down. So that's 2. 4, 6, 8, 10. Now like me, you probably move forward, but that's normal. So I'm going to go to the side now so that you can have a see. And we're going to go another 10. Actually, I'm going to go this way first. There we go, another 10. And go. 1, 2, try and keep your back straight. 3, 4, ooh, I'm counting wrong. Last one for this. 5. There we go. Well done. If you can't get that position, then stay doing this and work on that movement, on that mobility. Now we're going to incorporate strength in our 90-90 position. So the plan is we're going to get from this position to this position, and we're going to return back to this position. I don't want anyone screaming at me. I know you can do it. Right, so from here you can support yourself and come out here like that. But if you really want to challenge yourself and keep your body aligned and straight, and this is what we're going to be doing. So we're going to do 5 of those on each side. So I'm going to turn to the side a little bit so that you can see. So from here, we're literally going to lift, place, relax, lift, bend and replace. Okay, so we're going to do 5 of those. You ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Roll over to the other side. Good. And hold on, come back. And other side. And let's go. 1, 2. Ooh, I'm gonna get a cramp. 3, 4, 5. Good. And relax. So I actually nearly got a cramp. This side is obviously weaker than my other side, so I need to work on doing more on this side. That is true for me because I demonstrate a lot on this leg, so maybe I need to start demonstrating more on this side. So let's see if I do that for the rest of the show, eh? So we're going to go back again. I'm going to do that once more on each side. And here we go. 1. Woo. 2. I might have to support myself here. 3. 4. 5. Good job. Roll over to the other side. And lastly, 1. You can see the difference. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can really see the difference. Awesome. Good job, people. Full disclaimer, when I do this movement, I will be coming out of the shot. However, you can still see what I'm trying to teach. So the next thing we're going to do is the 90-90 flow, but with a raised element to it. So again, as we did before, oh hold on, let me get this way. Right, as we did before, we came up and over, but now what we're going to be doing is going up, over, and lifting up. So now we're adding an extra element to it. Lift and raise. So we're going to do 10 of these. If you can't get it straight away, you'll definitely get it at some stage or towards the latter end of 10. So let's go. Up. That's 1, 2. Expect to be moving around. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. You're going to feel that in your quads, hamstrings, glutes and core as well, which is really, really important. So you don't have to do this now, but I just want to show you. So the next stage of that is the lift, is a step through and lean. Come back down and over. Up. Ah! Oh gosh. So in a second we're going to do that again. So everybody get ready. And we're going to do 10 more. This is by far the last thing that we need to do for today. So on your marks, get set, and let's go. 1, 2, tighten your core. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Woo! Well done. The last thing that we're going to be doing is the frog stretch. This is by far one of my favourite stretches to do. I do these every day. If I'm restless, I do this, and it normally helps relieve restlessness for me. So what we're going to do is we're literally going to have our legs further out, and like child's pose, like I said before, and we're literally going to put our elbows on the floor and just try and put our hips back into the floor. I wouldn't overstretch this, but it does feel good. It is such a good stretch for me. Usually I just sit and relax here like this for a little while. And just take your time. And you can lean side to side and just get that final stretch before we reassess our hips. Good. And if that's a little easier, then go back a little bit more and make sure we're breathing. Nice. And that's that. Take your time when coming up, and we're going to sit in our butterfly pose again. And once again, I do this at the start and at the end, and hopefully you should feel a difference with your butterfly bounce, your feedback, your self-feedback is very important. Thank you very much for participating in today's KPT movement series. Today was hip mobility, finishing and completing day 4. Tomorrow we will have day 5, and that will be shoulder mobility. See you then!